tell me again how you feel about the order of a house.
Yeah.
And then how those roles complement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, I'm a Christian, right? So I try to look at everything biblically, right? So I believe the order of a household is, God, the man submitted under God, your wife submitted under you, and then the children are submitted under the wife, right? I believe that's how God designed it, and he designed that for a reason, right? I think I think for me, I've never been married. I'm 28, right? I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. But from just studying, right, and learning from relationships and stuff, I want us to be partners, right? But I also need to understand that I'm called to lead.
I got 2 words for you. Hello, hubby. Hello, hubby. Hello, hubby. Hello, hubby. Hey everybody, it's Jessica Reedy. I am so excited about this episode, but before we get into it, listen, let's not do situationships. Go and subscribe. I know I'll be taking my little time with these episodes, I know, but stick with me. You understand? I don't want to overload you. I want you to miss me sometimes. So subscribe so that when we do this, we do this thing. All right, so listen, I have a remarkable guest here, and it's only befitting to call this episode The Whole Man. This is one episode I am so excited about. I get the honor of talking to one of God's men. His name is Christopher King. Christopher, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for agreeing to be on this podcast. I am so excited. Our off-the-camera conversation has me pumped.
Yeah.
Because there's so much I want to know about you. So much that I want my audience to know about you. Okay, but let's start here. Okay. Born and raised in Louisiana.
Yes, New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans. You have no accent.
I know. Brilliant private schools and law school and stuff for all that.
That's
but
beautiful.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Ain't nobody tripping on. Okay. You like gumbo soup?
Oh,
Flip?
facts.
So, what is it? Soup? Yeah.
Gumbo. No, not gumbo soup. It's just gumbo. You don't have to say soup.
All right. You eat beignets?
Yes, most definitely.
White sauce, red sauce, or chocolate?
All of it.
All of it. Okay, I'm more of a white sauce kind of person. Okay. What do you do?
Okay. The condensed version, right? What do I do? So my name is Christopher King. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm 28 years old. I'm an attorney. I'm a trainer. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I'm an actor. I'm a model. I do a lot of different things, right?
Okay.
But most importantly, I'm just a servant of God, right? I'm a servant of Jesus, and just trying to do and be everything that He's created me to do.
Okay,
right?
So Christopher, you know why I wanted you to be on here. We
Yeah.
talked about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and share with them. So I'm on my phone. I'm minding my own business. Okay, I'm not one of them people that look for things on my phone, but I'm scrolling. Then I seen this guy with no shirt on, and he was like, "What's my sign? What's my name? Where I'm from? What's my game? All this stuff, just pointing." But underneath, what I saw was that he was a virgin, and the reason why it touched me and it was so intriguing is because you all know that I have 3 sons, but my oldest, Justin, is that type of special. He's that type of guy. And no matter how I've been telling him, son, swag it out, be confident, I don't look like him because I'm a woman. And I had the perfect person to show him. He fit, got his head on straight, loved God. He's saving himself because of God. Son, look. And so that's why I wanted you to be here.
Yeah.
I wanted you to be the poster child for you can have all of that,
Right.
and not give all of that,
Right.
and have all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I
so
feel you.
so tell me tell me that experience.
Okay.
And I hate that I'm talking like this because, truthfully, I deserve to be a virgin. I deserve it, man. I feel like in my other life. Okay, anyway.
Gotcha.
But what is that like with all of the temptations in this world? There's beautiful women out here. You understand? I mean, they fine, right? They got the body. They got all shapes and sizes.
Right.
Whatever you into, there's a woman for it. What do you do? How do you do? What's your experience?
Yeah. So it initially started in high school, right? When I was high school, I was just like every other dude, right? I was trying to have sex just like every other guy, right? But for some reason, it always seemed like God was just blocking it, right? Like it just I never got in that situation, right? And he would always stop it or deter me. Looking back on it, right? I'm so thankful he did that. But, you know, going into college, me and one of my best friends, you know, I'm not 6'6", I don't run a 4.2 or anything. So I had to find a way to give me a little edge on the football field, right? I've played with some amazing athletes over my whole career, but in order for me to compete with them, I needed to get an edge, right? And for me, it was no drinking, no smoking, no having sex, right? I was just going to work and stay laser focused, right? So that's how the no sex thing kind of initially started, right? It was just dedication to eliminate all distractions and focus on one goal. Now, as my relationship with Christ grew, especially in undergrad, I understand the motivation behind that needed to change, right? Because what if the NFL didn't work, right? If the NFL didn't work, then am I just going to throw this away? And he was like, no. So I started doing it because of God, right? Like solely because he's given me that assignment, right, to carry that cross. And I was like, all right, I built for it. So, and I started carrying it, right? And is it hard? It is extremely hard, right? And
Tell me about it.
It's extremely hard, and especially like, and I think this is why God allowed me to kind of carry this, right? Because it's more than just saying, okay, I'm gonna be a monk, I'm gonna go in the mountains and just not see nothing, not do nothing, and just not have sex, right? That's one thing. But to go in the fire of, I'm pledging a fraternity, I'm playing college ball, I'm staying fit, I'm emotionally intelligent, I'm successful, intelligent, and I got some swag to me. I know how to speak and have a conversation. It's like, no, women love that, right? Like, and that's what women should want, right? You want a man that does all those things. Yeah. Now, with that being said, they come at me, right?
How they come at you, Christopher? Give me a line. Give me a line, Christopher.
Oh, man, I've heard every line in the book, from I'm your future wife to you ain't never had me before, or to from anywhere from like going right after sex, or anywhere from, the Christian of like, oh, you're everything I want in a husband, we should get together, to the like, oh, I read through numbers and I noticed I didn't have yours. I've heard it all, right? I've heard it all.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been interesting, right? It's been interesting, but I'm very, especially at this point in my life, I'm very disciplined, right? So I can kind of weed out the bad apples to a certain extent. And where I'm at now is, it's not necessarily finding a good woman, because I feel like there's a lot of good women, right, out here. It's about finding the right woman.
I agree.
And I think that's the biggest difference, right? But in the meantime, I feel like God has been preparing me, right? God's been preparing to be a husband. God has been preparing to be a father. God has been molding me, right? Get the house, get the career, get this, get that. Learn the emotional intelligence. Learn how to be more soft when you need to, be stern when you need to. To be those things that I want to be, right? He's just been molding me for it. So
okay, so sorry for the cough. I have children and they cough right up my nose. So, what do you imagine this woman is? What is the experience you believe that you're going to have? What is because ideally, even myself, I have an idea of what I feel like. I feel like it just will be peaceful. Like this sudden, you watch the movies and it's just like this sudden peace. Yeah. This is easy. This is just a very nice environment. This feels like I'm in a garden somewhere. And maybe nothing's happening. Yeah. But it's just
peaceful.
It's just peaceful,
Oh, that's dope.
But that's me. What is the moment of euphoria where you're like, this is giving me something?
I've thought about it so much, and what I'm praying and hoping for is everything I even thought is like mind blown. Like God takes, and don't get me wrong, I got an imagination, right? But I think I'm praying and hoping that He takes all those imaginations and is like, that's not even close.
That's wonderful.
Like it's just so much more than what I even dreamed of, right? For to have that woman, because I feel like I have a lot of love to give, right? I've never said those words to a woman.
Really?
I'm a firm believer in don't say it.
Talk to
I'm
me.
a firm believer in don't say it unless you mean it.
Really?
Right? So and I understand now, just growing up and being more mature, that there's levels to love, right?
Yeah.
Right. So and I always thought when I was younger in my past relationships, like, bro, if you're not gonna die for her, like if you wouldn't jump in front of a bullet and die for her right now, then don't say you love her, right? Like you're not there yet, right? Now, like I said, I've grown and I've learned that it's levels.
So I mean, let's just say we was walking on the side and a bus is coming, you like, whoo, this your day, girl. I mean, dang, can you push me out the way?
No, yeah, I'm gonna save you, but you know what I mean, like, but I don't mean that just physically. I mean that mentally, emotionally, like dying for your woman, right? Because that's what God calls the man to do, to die for your wife, right? To love your wife as I love the church, right? So if I don't feel that way, and not just a feeling, like really feel that way, to be like, no, I would die for you daily, right? Then I'm not going to really say those words. Now, like I said, I've learned now that I can love somebody and grow to a certain level with that, right? Yes. So I learned a little bit, from my past relationships and those in that aspect. But yeah, I pray God, like, really everything I've dreamed of just kind of blows it out the water and be like, nah, Chris, like, don't get me wrong, you had a great girl in your mind, but she not even close to what I really have. Yeah.
I low key be feeling that too. I mean,
it's hard though.
It's
hard.
Listen, see, my situation's different. I have children. I kind of shared that. I feel that I shouldn't be limited, but men don't like women with children. Shame on you. Shame on you all. But it makes it basically separates the weed from the tare for me.
Right.
Because I'm quite remarkable. So
hey, I ain't mad at you.
Thank you. But it definitely is refreshing to see your standards, to see a man of integrity. It is refreshing because it allows me to steer my children in this direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I don't want it to come off like, I don't want to say I've always been this man, but I've always been behind the scenes, right? I was a late bloomer. Like the man you see today, like I'm now starting to like really pick up my stride, right? Or God is putting me in certain positions. But like in high school and undergrad, I was just, I want to say a regular guy, but I wasn't like the big man on campus ever, right? Like women didn't just flock to me, and it just wasn't. So he was like molding my character. He was molding my integrity. He was molding my honor, teaching me certain lessons and principles of like, this is how you do. And I firmly believe everybody, from the Bible to modern day, right? Everybody had to go through those seasons. I call it the silent seasons, right? To where nobody heard anything, from Moses to David to even Jesus. Right, you have a point when you didn't hear from him for years, right? And those seasons is when God develops you, right? So when you do get on that platform, when you do get on that stage, when you do walk into that destiny, you can be able to walk in it, right? And not allow that to kill you to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
I understand. I get it. All right. Okay. First off, this is great.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say you are absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm not kidding.
It's not me, though. It's not me. I mean, I know a lot of people say that.
No, all glory to God.
Oh, it's all him. It's nothing but him.
All glory to God. I'm grateful for you being a vessel and really a great poster child of how amazing God is and how he can exude from us. So hats off to you, black man. I'm very, very proud of you. Very, very proud. Look, Justin. Look. This too can be you. No, just kidding. Be yourself, son. I love you.
Right.
All right. So let's flip the script a little bit. You are an attorney.
Yes, I am an attorney.
And he's an attorney, ladies. I'm sorry. All right. So you are an attorney. What is that like?
It's interesting, right?
Okay.
I think this is just part of my dad and my mom just creating a legacy for me and my family, right? So me and my brother were both attorneys. My two cousins are attorneys. My aunt's an attorney, and my
Wow.
dad's an attorney.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
kind of like, it is the family business. Like my dad has his own firm. We do personal injury, successions, wills, law, family law,
Way
all
to
that
go.
stuff. We do it all. We do it all.
Okay,
So,
good.
but it's interesting to have that, and I think this is why God like wanted me to go to law school, right? Because I'm a very analytical thinker, right? I don't necessarily like arguing, but I like having creative discussions, right? And I think going through law school, it taught me how to like really develop those skills, right? And then like, I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but you know, when you say I'm an attorney, I'm a doctor, I'm X, Y, and Z, people tend to listen a little differently. And I noticed that after I got the letters behind my name, it was just like, oh, like you're an attorney? And it's just like, I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I'm literally the same person I've always been. But I guess, you know, to the untrained ear, they just listen a little closer, right?
I think they accounted to mastery.
Yeah.
Because some of us are naturally gifted at things, and then there are others who are naturally gifted, and then they go and master it.
Yeah. I like that.
You know, and when you're talking to a master of a gift, it's fine tuning to really tune in.
I like that.
You
yeah.
know, just in case, because I'm an analytical thinker. But what did they teach you? How can I fine tune? You know,
Right.
That's where I get it, because I tell people all the time, I have not, and this is a charge on myself, but I haven't studied my gift. I'm just really great at what I'm great at.
Yeah.
But then I know a singer, he's a professor of music. He studies music. He is an expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, his voice is remarkable without all of that. But he went and learned it.
Yeah. No, I
So
like
it's
that.
it's like respect to me, man.
I'm gonna use that. I like that. Yeah.
Way to go. You know, he's a master. He's what I would call a master. So yeah, okay, so let's flip the page a little bit. You and I were talking about types of women.
Okay.
And there are a plethora of women.
A lot.
And then there are certain personalities. You have the alpha female.
Yeah.
You have the more passive female. The as high as you want me to jump, I'll jump. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you have the broken female with false confidence. You have the female that's not broken, just very entitled. Then you have the one that's searching. She's free.
Yeah.
She's a free spirit. Tell me again how you feel about the order of a house.
Yeah.
And then how those roles complement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, I'm a Christian, right? So I try to look at everything biblically, right? So I believe the order of a household is, you know, God, the man submitted under God, your wife submitted under you, and then the children are submitted under the wife, right? I think I believe that's how God designed it. And he designed that for a reason, right? I think I think for me, I've never been married. I'm 28, right? I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. But from just studying, right, and learning from relationships and stuff, I want us to be partners, right? But I also need to understand that I'm called to lead, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I'm called to protect, to cultivate, right, my family. And there's a lot that comes with that, right? I think there's a group of women out there that they want the benefits of leadership, but I don't think they necessarily understand the burdens that come with that leadership, right? And as men, God calls us to die for our wives, right? And it's not an easy task. Not saying submission isn't, right? I think submission can be hard, right? Can be difficult at times, but to die for your wife, right? That's tough. That's tough. Like, I mean, look how Jesus died for us, right? Like that wasn't something that he just was like, oh man, I can't wait to die for these people that are spitting in my face right now, right? And that's the I guess difficult part about like finding a good partner, right? Finding someone that can go out and be a boss, because I love that. I'm really attracted to women that can go out and be a beast and conquer their careers and do this and that. I'm super attracted to that, right? I love a woman that speaks her mind. I love a woman that walks with that confidence, right? But I also want a woman to be a woman, right? To be my queen. I don't need another king. I need a woman to be my queen, right? And to trust me. Right, to trust that, hey, Chris, like you're submitted under God. I've watched you. You're a man of your word. You're a man of honor and integrity. I trust where you're leading this family. I'm trusting where you're leading me, right? And that's big, right? And I think, and I'm not saying you should do that to any man and every man, but a man that you can see their lifestyle and you can see the fruits of the Spirit, you're like, man, that's the type of man I want to lead me and my family and my kids and the generations that's going to come from that. I don't think you find that a whole lot in today's society. So that's a challenge.
I agree. Here's the deal. So in my household, it's God, me, and my children. So I am the leader. I am the answer. I am the spiritual priest. It is me.
Yeah.
I am the protector. Nobody's coming in that door.
Right.
They will die. Or they're going to get severely hurt.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to hurt the kids. And being a single mother has built me different. My upbringing has built me one way. But then this took me to a whole, like...
Another level.
And as a matter of fact, nobody coming in here.
Yeah.
With men here right now, I'm the first to say, y'all can sit. It's fine. I'll go answer the door. Just naturally. And truth is, this is wonderful. I just had a conversation with Justin, my oldest son, and I was fussing at him. I said, you're brilliant and you're extremely talented. And yet you are an imposter. I said, you're acting normal. I said, why are you trying to blend in?
Right.
I said, I don't like imposters.
God created you to stand out.
I said, you're pretending to be normal.
Right.
Why are you doing this? I said, look at me. I'm extraordinary. Be like this. This is fine.
Right.
I know. Is it lonely? Maybe. And I said, son, do you know how difficult it is to be what a father would be here, knowing that my gift is to be a woman, to be ladylike?
Yeah.
I said, it's hard to take up on double mantles. There's a mantle to be a wife. There's a crown for that. There is a grace for that. There is a posture. It's lovely. It's sweet.
Yeah. It's
inviting. It has this sweet aroma, and I love it. But I can't be it all the time.
Yeah.
I got to switch them off, and I have to become... Sometimes when we walk in, my face turns so... I am not no little smiley woman with kids. Don't do that. Don't come over here and mess with these kids. Don't mess with their mama. I'll smile, but I'll be like, you'll see something in my eyes, like, don't come over here. And that's hard. So when I hear this, even for a woman like me, it's fresh air. You know what I mean? Because I believe in order. I'm forced to be what I am, and I take it with grace. I thank you, God, for the opportunity. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm good at it, though. Very good at it. Man, one day, Christopher, one day, let me tell you what I'm going to do. One day, there's going to be a man, and I'll be like, there's a man here, and I'm going to be a woman.
Right.
And I know how to fix everything. I can build a desk. I can build a house.
Right.
All of a sudden, my hands gonna go like this. I'm like, a hammer? What's that?
Right.
A screwdriver? Because I think that it's beautiful for a woman to know her place.
To like touch on that too, I think it's also beautiful and it's attractive for me to know that a woman could do all those things, right?
That's wonderful.
You know what I mean? Like there's something attractive, like to knowing a woman can go out and be a beast and conquer and do all these things, but she's submitting herself to be like, no, you'll be the man. I'm
It's
comfortable in my role. I don't know. It's just something for
fantastic.
that.
And let me
It's
tell
amazing.
you, this is what I had to give a family member advice one time. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you messing up. I said, you messing up. I said, I can't wait until I can play this position you playing. I said, you letting him know you know. I said, you ain't got to do that. Let him feel like he know. Support that. You know what you know, but you don't have to let them know that you know.
Yeah.
You're wearing balls around the house. You know, let me tell you what my brother said to me. This is vulgar, so I'm going to do the censored version.
Yeah.
But my brother, who knows I have 3 sons, going to say, Jessica, it's time for you to cut your thing off. And I said, Philip, yeah, I can't. Because if I be a wife with these boys, somebody going to run in here and take advantage of me. And they might hurt my kids. Somebody going to see a woman being a wife and say, oh, heck yeah.
Without the covering.
Without
yeah.
There's no one to shield that.
Right.
And I've already had that experience.
Yeah.
Hence these beautiful children. Thanks, guys. You learn. I already was like, no, I'm a wife. It was my sentence. I'm a wife. And you got everything. I mean, I'm serving. And all they saw was, got me one. Yes. And they hooked me.
Yeah.
You know? And so I guess my biggest thing is when these boss ladies, a lot of them, they forced to be it.
Right.
And they take that thing and say,
and I get it.
Since I got to do it,
right.
Might as well be great at it. Now, the only imbalance is not knowing how to turn it off. That's the only thing.
Right.
Because to take that mantle and run your home, children and the father leaves.
Yeah.
That's hard.
But I think it works both ways too, right? So like even as men, we can't be super macho, rah-rah all the time, right? You know what I mean?
I agree.
We got to come home to our wife and our kids and be softer, right? And to know how to be vulnerable and to cry sometimes, you know what I mean? And to be in touch with those aspects of ourselves.
I agree.
Because if we're rah-rah, men don't cry, we don't do this all the time, then you miss some stuff. You miss a lot of stuff too, right? So we have to be comfortable in our roles so much that we're comfortable with kind of, toning it down and saying, okay, well, now it's time to turn that side off, right? And make the adjustments when we come back in that home, right? But outside in the world, hey, we got to flip the switch. You got to be this. I got to be this. We got to turn it on because we got to protect, right, what we're trying to build, right? But back at home, it's different. We got to change the dynamics, right?
I agree. So what is most important to you?
We talking about in a woman?
In a woman. What? Give me the top 5.
All right.
This is my most important. Now, all this other stuff is cool.
Top 5.
My top 5. This is what's so important to me.
In order, just in general.
I like order, but let's go in general in case you ain't had time to put that list together. All right, let's
in general, relationship with Jesus Christ, and those foundational beliefs, spiritual maturity, right?
Spiritual maturity.
That has to be there, right?
Okay.
Attraction. My wife got to be fine.
She got to be fine.
She got to be bad.
I'm so sorry if there's any. Not saying that you're not beautiful.
Sorry, not sorry. You got to be fine. Like that's just.
Hey.
I've been waiting 28 years. You have to be fine. You got to be fine.
Can I tell you my philosophy?
Okay, what's that?
I think I'm a looker, right? And I've always said, God, he gotta be fine. Cause why he get to go to sleep with me and be like, dang, I'm blessed.
See, that's
why, like he wake up in the middle of the night and he like, God, thank you. Look at her. But I wake up like, take care of the house.
I want us both to be thinking, man, I'm the luckiest man and woman in the world.
Yes, okay. Right. Let me calm down. All right, cool.
So we got the attraction down, right?
All right, so spiritual maturity. Gotta love Jesus Christ. You gotta have that relationship. You gotta be super fine. Not just fine, not like you having a good day. You like, for real, gotta be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put these two together, intelligence and ambition.
Okay.
Just that's all mental, right? Like that mental aspect has to be there. I need a woman that can think, that can be ambitious, that wants, that's just not complacent, right? In any aspect.
Right.
So one of the things I live by is every day I got to find a way to get better mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, right?
Love it.
In those areas. So I need a woman that kind of like lives her life that way too.
In that vein of like.
Next, sense of humor. We got to be able to laugh and have fun doing anything.
You got to be funny.
Now, I'm not saying you got to be a comedian, right? But we got to be able to have a good time.
You got to be able to go back and forth. Anything. Nothing too serious.
Yes.
Got to take it light.
And that fifth one.
That's a little gas. I'm ready.
That fifth one. I would say the ability to be led. But, I mean, I'm a football player, so to be coachable, right? A lot of times in football we say, man, he's a great athlete, but he's not coachable, right? So he can make all the plays, but you can't tell him nothing, right? Like you can't be led. You can't be – there's always room for improvement. I don't care who you are and I don't care what you do. There's always room for improvement. So to be able to have a woman that can be a beast, don't get me wrong, like go out and dominate in a lot of areas, but also – be led, man. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So all you independent women out there, I think it's wonderful.
Me too.
Here's a guy. I just want you to tone it down a little bit. Huh? I think those are great.
Okay.
Now my 5.
What's your 5?
First is he gotta love Jesus.
Fact. Okay.
I think that's
Facts.
just the general as a Christian.
You would think.
Okay. Well,
right.
No, he gotta like
right.
It. Like he,
right.
They gotta kick it.
You gotta live that
you know
life.
What I'm like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Holy Spirit gotta for real be a best friend. Second, he gotta be super fine.
Right.
And I hate saying it because because I get ridiculed for my truths.
No, I'm not ridiculing you. I'm right there with you.
He gotta be super fine. I mean, just some different type of fine stuff. It ain't just physical, but like his swag. Because when I walk in the room, I be feeling like I got all of the army of heaven with me. Like I feel like I changed rooms. I don't feel like a room stays the same.
Yeah.
As soon as I come in.
It's crazy because it makes me think about what Russell Wilson said about Sierra, right? He was like, man, I want a woman that can like shift the room.
You know
There's something so attractive about a woman that can not say anything, not do anything, but when she walks, her presence is like, bro, she's different. Like she's different. Like there's something, man.
Hey,
you can't beat that.
Look,
You can't beat that.
I'm telling you, okay. I'm not putting myself out there, okay? Because I had a contestant, a guy that said he don't like women with children. Shame on you. But anyway, so yeah. It's not just the physical. No, he got to be physically fine. But he got to have his own. Like, it's something about like
the demeanor, the way you walk. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got the swag too? You don't need to borrow
right,
mine.
Right,
you know?
right.
So
exactly
it makes it powerful when we move. Because otherwise, I might have to clip my wings a little bit so you can kind of feel high. Man. And that's uncomfortable. I gotta like kind of don't go all like
right. And
that's weird. So it's like, well, when you got your own, it's like you take that side, we meet in the middle, baby. I got you.
I say it all the time. It's like running track, right? I need a woman that can run with me, right? Like stride for stride, or to be honest, or even faster, because that's gonna make me run even faster.
That's
right?
Fantastic.
So, but if you're
please be athletic. Right. Hey, be athletic.
That helps. That definitely helps.
Catch the hints. The brother, he does football,
track, basketball,
soccer, polo, tennis,
everything. Let's do it.
Okay. Matter of fact, right now, sis, do me a favor. You're eating your favorite snack. You too can be in the running for being Mrs. King. Put that snack down, babe. Just go on, start running now. You can build your stamina by the time y'all meet. Your body ice cold. He like, dang, I never knew you were fat. This is crazy. You're perfect for me. All right, I'm ready. All right, I'm listening.
Yeah, so just running stride for stride. I think that's extremely important. And I think just in life, not just like physically, but I say a lot of times the growth rate, right? Because I feel like you can be at a certain level with somebody, but if you're growing at 2 yards a month, and they're growing at a couple inches a month, after a couple years, there's going to be a big gap.
I say this not like this, but I say I use mine as schooling.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, if you're in elementary school, and I'm graduating, that ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
If you still a senior and this your 3rd year,
Ain't gonna work.
that ain't gonna work.
We gotta grow. We gotta get better.
I love it. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you on your 3rd. What's your 3rd? Yeah, it's on you.
Okay. So what I say? I said spiritually,
Right.
all the way in
Said
there.
fine.
Super fine, swagged out.
All right.
Vibe gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have to love me.
Okay.
No, I'm special. You have to love me.
What do you mean by dive
Like-
into that a little more?
Oh my gosh, you've never been
Get
in
excited
love.
about it.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think about it. You know, in my spare time, I'll be in my head. But like, love me. Like, oh my gosh, I love her. Like, I love her. Like,
Right,
you know, it's like
right.
something inside. It just start like Iron Man. Like, oh shoot.
Yes. It's like part of who you are now.
Yeah, I love her. Jessica, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. I love Jessica. It's like a big explosion. And then everything about how you move looks like I love you.
Right. The actions follow.
Yeah, it's like your words, they don't mean much. I'm looking at this man loves
Really loves
me.
me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, is that 3?
Yeah, that's 3.
4, you have to love my children. They are, to me, the closest things to heaven. They just left them. They're fresh. They're wet clay. They are the continuation of whatever you put in them. They are your resume. They get to tell what you are in the physical form. And so you have to love them. To love my children is to love yourself.
Right.
You have to see them and know, like, this one got to do that. This one, he going to thrive doing that. You have to, be one with them. Like, they got to be your vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go eat. You're like, hold on. Let me look my kids up. They probably hungry. Like, it got to be, first nature.
Right.
Forget second. This first, oh, man, my stomach growling. Y'all hungry? You know, it's like the instinct. Now, granted, my case is not significant because there's so many single mothers who find love. But because of the kind of woman I am, again, God has made me extraordinary. So I have extraordinary children.
Yeah.
So the man must be extraordinary.
Has to be.
He has to be strong.
We're not settling. It has to be.
It just,
has
you
to
know
be.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because my kid's dope. Anyway. So, okay. So, God, super fine.
Loves you.
Love me.
Love children.
Love my children.
5.
The 5th one is, he got to be super funny.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I
Gotta
got to
make you laugh. Right.
Oh, I love laughing so much. And you want to know what's uncomfortable? Sometimes I'm around a person and they're boring. And I'm like, dang it, I got to fill in these spots, don't I? I crack a joke. They laughing. And I'm like, your turn?
Yeah. Okay,
Hey.
your turn. Make it. Yeah.
You ain't got nothing done. All right, joke number 300. It's like, I want him to.
Flow. It's just flowing. It's
just
flowing.
funny.
Yeah.
I love laughing. I want him funny. I'm talking about cool funny, though. Not like trying too hard.
Right.
It gets weird.
Yeah.
Afterwards, like.
Just naturally.
Just,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
natural
Like,
funny, yeah.
let me kick it. All right, that's my 5. That's my 5.
That's a solid 5.
That's a solid 5.
Solid 5, I think.
I think my 5 is great. I like your 5.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty good. People might say it's, unrealistic, but I
Really?
think it's,
Very realistic.
I think so.
It's extremely realistic. I want to also make this note one more time. Sis, stop drinking that soda real quick. That's the only thing you missing. Your body out of shape. Go on, work out. You got everything else on this list. Go on, get your body right. 30 minutes a day, man. You got to do it. This is your chance. Okay, I'm done. All right. So, what does, Lord willing, what does the next year look like?
I wish I could tell you, to be honest. This next year in 2022 is going to be different. This fourth quarter of 2021, I definitely stepped out on the boat, right? I stepped off the boat on faith. And I've made some moves that God was telling me to make that I don't know if can be undone, which I don't necessarily want to undo, right? But now it's like every step, every month, every week, I have to trust him, right? I have to trust him, right? Now, I feel like he's giving me a lot of talents, a lot of opportunity. He's allowing me to meet so many great people, like just even being here right now, that I feel like it's about to take off, right? I feel like he's been training me for many years for like what's about to happen. And I think now it's almost time to be like, all right, it's time to go sprint.
This is happening.
This is happening. So I'm really excited about what 2022 has.
That's wonderful.
I have a lot of plans that he's just telling me, write down this.
I love it.
Got from a clothing line to a book to the Airbnbs to the law firm to the art to the training to the acting to the modeling, so many different things that I feel like God wants to pull out of me. And one thing I've always say, even on my social media, y'all gonna get all of me. When I die, it's gonna be on E. So
that's beautiful.
I'm gonna give it all. I'm gonna give it all.
It. I think this is wonderful. I have. Oh my gosh, I've enjoyed this conversation so much, because of noted how articulate you are.
Oh yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
My dad for that and my mom.
Mr. and Mrs. King, fantastic job on your son. Kudos to you guys. Hope to be just like you. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. You know, I got 3 boys. Anyway, but yeah, remarkable.
Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate it. I mean, like I said, my story didn't happen overnight, and I'm still working. Like I'm not perfect, and I'm not anything, right? I'm just trying to be a reflection of Jesus, right, as best I can, and like you said, make it attractive for the next generation too, right? I want kids, and I want other people to kind of look at me and be like, yeah, man, like it's possible, right? Like it's possible. I don't have to go out and be a rapper or do this or have sex with a bunch of women or just fall into these stereotypes. I can be different and make it look cool, right? I know, when I was coming up, it was Tim Tebow, right? Tim Tebow was the man of faith, and people looked at him maybe as corny or a little square, and it was just this and that. And then for me, I thought it was gonna be through football. I thought God was gonna be, all right, bet I'm gonna be the Tim Tebow version, right? But he was like, "No, we're gonna do things a little differently." So that's why I take everything, how I live, so seriously, right? I know I can't do certain things. I can't be in certain situations. I can't allow myself, because I know I got a destiny. I know I got a purpose. But with that also being said, I have to be a Christian that's willing to go out in the darkness and to be able to shine. Yes. I know a lot of Christians, sometimes we can get so comfortable with just being in church and being surrounded by light that we're just like, okay, look, we're good. My whole thing is, you're trained in that to go out in that darkness and be like, this is me, this is my beliefs, I'm standing on it. Hey, if you're the word, if you don't like it, you're going to cancel me, whatever. I know who I am, that's right? Wonderful. And I'm going to stand firm on that. So, yeah.
It makes me very happy.
Thank you. I appreciate
it.
Very,
very happy. I'm elated right now. I'm very happy. And as a man, you wear it so well, and raising men, children. It's like, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, Jessica. So now you see it. I already knew this is how my kids, they going to be like this. I didn't see it.
Right.
I don't know how it talked and how it sounded and how it stood firm and how it's confident and how it is fit. I'm like, heck yeah. My fine kid's about to be just like that. Yeah. Hey, y'all, do them push-ups. Watch him. It Thank you.
Man,
it means a lot to me.
That means a lot to me that you're even saying that. You know what I mean? Because I understand somebody's always watching. And that's what always keeps me, from the guys I train to everybody that God has kind of just allowed me to have influence over. I understand, like, Chris, like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going, you know?
You definitely do.
So to hear that you're so excited and elated that your sons can have, like, an example to kind of look forward to that looks like them.
Yes.
Man, that really hits home.
So great. And it's like, don't be like me, but be like me. I look like a woman, but take my swag, take the lessons I've learned. Don't give your body. Don't leave it in the control of someone else.
Right.
Love God. You know, and here it is. This is the manifestation of God. I just want my kids to be good men. I want them to say themselves for you. Look, okay, look, Justin. Look, I went and found him for you. So, last question. Okay.
We got time. I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
You like
let's make it happen.
me?
Hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Let me calm down.
This ain't no coincidence.
I agree.
No, I don't believe in coincidences.
Me neither.
Yeah, so this is all God right here.
Okay, this is all God. All right, then, God, go do your thing. All right, so look. You have a woman.
Okay.
This woman is beautiful. She's giving this, something's coming off of her. You're like, intriguing. This is different. She looks fairly fit. Probably could do a squat or two. But you're like, nah, body banging. Okay, like that.
Okay.
All right, you ain't heard her talk. What do you say to her? What is your approach game? Do you walk up to her? Do you wait until y'all kind of brush up?
I'm gonna give you all my secrets. Okay.
All right, go for it. I like secrets.
So my approach game is a little different, right? Okay, I'm not one to kind of jump into a bunch of DMs and kind of spit lines like the Fresh Prince and nothing like that. That's not me. Right. For me, especially if we're seeing, like, I'm seeing this person, I'm gonna think of some excuse, right, to talk, just to have a conversation, right? So for let's say I'm in college, right?
Right.
Bump into her, hey, do you know where the library is? You know what I mean? So just that, right? And she was like, oh, it's here. And I was like, are you from here? Or like where you came from, and stuff like this? And then literally from thin air, she'll think it just happened, right? But from thin air, start a conversation, right? Like a really good conversation. And, I think I'm pretty decent at having conversations. So have a conversation, and then I don't ask her for a number, right? Because I feel like if you can make a woman feel just so comfortable where they're having a nice conversation and not go ahead as like, oh, go get her number right now. Go get it. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to end up wondering, some women, I'm not going to say all, but some women are going to be like, man, who was that dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just had a great conversation with him without, and he wasn't just like.
This is great strategy.
I'm telling you, because then now the woman's thinking is like, this just randomly happened. And I'm like, no, this is intention. Like, I planned all this out, right?
This is
you know what I mean?
Right,
so as you're doing that, as you're having conversations or whatever, and she's feeling comfortable, she doesn't feel pressure to give you her number or her Instagram. No, you say, okay, it was a pleasure meeting you, hope you have a good day. And then you go about your business. Now, knowing that you're going to see her again, being on campus or something like that, you're going to do the same thing again. But then now you're going to have, because she's going to remember you, right? So then now you just have a conversation. And maybe at that time, if it goes good, now ask her for a number or ask, hey, do you want to hang out or anything like that, right? And then just take it from there, right? But if you can show a woman that, when you're interested in them, not their bodies, not getting their numbers, like really interested in their mind, how they think, how they move, their passions, their fears, their desires, all of those things, I think it allows them to be safe, right? And if you can make a woman feel safe with you, I feel like that's a great way to kind of start a relationship. That's my 2 cents. It works for some people, maybe not, I don't know.
All right, now you gave the college version of it. Now, as a man, you don't know if you want to see this woman again.
Right.
Let's say you're at there's a place called Moxie's here. You sitting at Moxie's. You just looking at the game, maybe eating some food. Woman walk in. She got a room changing type of vibe.
Okay.
Like, shit. How you about to do this?
Same approach.
Okay.
But now you have to turn it up, right? And when I say turn up, I'm talking about the conversations. You have to have such a lasting impression on the conversation that you can literally sit there and have that conversation for no matter how long it takes, right?
What is the conversation?
So for me, I don't like the whole "what's your favorite color?" It don't mean nothing, right?
Okay.
I'm not getting to know you. So like, I want to know your fears, like your purpose, like your desires, your traumas. If you're open to talk about like everything, like I want to get to know you, right?
On first encounter.
First encounter. I'm not wasting.
Hello.
Why wasting times?
How are you?
No.
Tell me
The
how
same
afraid
excuse.
you are.
The same excuse of like bumping into her and saying X, Y, and Z, starting a conversation out of thin air, because that would break the defenses down, right? I think Hitch for all these, some of these, right?
He was watching the movie.
Yeah, they knew what they was doing.
Right.
So, but once you kind of break down that and you can have a good conversation and you can prolong it, right? And let's say y'all have a conversation for 4 or 5 hours, right?
That's a long time.
I know it is, but if you can sustain a really good, it don't have to be for like that long, but if you can sustain a well thought out, great conversation, now she's going to be so comfortable at the end of that. You can be like, I would love to continue this conversation another time. I would love to take you out. And she's like, yeah, I think I would like that, because you've already showed that I can be around you, right? I can have a conversation with you. I would never approach a woman and be like, hey, can I get your number? I don't know. You don't know me. I could be whatever. Like, and I don't know you, right? From nothing, right? Just because you're fine, I want to get your number. Nah. So even, I will say this. So I don't DM a lot, but like a couple years ago, I slid in one before.
Like, hey, girl.
But I watched her. For a while just to kind of see how she moves, what she posts, and obviously she looked the part, right? But that DM was well thought out, right? And I prayed before I did it, because I was like, man, I don't want to just be throwing DMs like that. So, but no, like it took a year. It took a year for her to see it, but God, God moved. All the time, and it's God's, right? And it did what it needed to do, right? It did what it needed to do. So I think, as a man, if you see that woman and you only have that one shot, man, be intentional. But that's why you have to be prepared before that opportunity comes, right? You got to be able to be intelligent, to be well-versed, to have a good conversation, to be emotionally intelligent, to be able to read certain signs in a woman and stuff like that. If you can do all that before you have that opportunity, when you get the opportunity, now it's game time. It's time to seize it.
I love it. It's a little different for me.
Yeah.
Because I've been told that I am intimidating. So
I don't get why people say that about women. I've never been intimidated by a woman. I've been admired. I've been like, wow, like she's beautiful, or she's like I love that. But if you're intimidated by a woman, that says something about where you believe you are, right?
I agree. Now, I'm telling you,
vice versa too.
It's an ongoing statement. It's so ongoing to the point, like I barely get compliments, because men be like, I'm sure she always get told that. And they'll say it later after they realize, oh no, Jessica's cool. Because I guess me standing and not talking, because my personality comes out. Yeah. Me not talking, I look like something that they're like, I ain't about to waste my time. I'm like, dude, waste your time. Say hi. It's okay. Say hi. I don't bite.
Right.
No? Okay, cool. And I just wait. And I wait. And I wait. And they don't never say nothing. And the truth is, it also doesn't help that I don't go out.
That might help. That might help a little bit.
All right, then watch this. What is going out? Define going out.
So for me, it's different, right? So I like going out and like having a different type of fun. I don't really do clubbing a lot. Okay. I don't really go to bars and stuff. I don't drink, so that just doesn't. But like going bowling, going skating, doing something active, right? Going out with friends and just kicking it, right?
Okay.
Having a good conversation, having game nights, going to I love movies, right? Going to the movies.
Okay.
just doing things out the box. Go indoor skydiving. You know, just be creative with it, right? Just be creative with it and going out and having honest fun. I think that's so. It's like unheard of nowadays, at least with my generation. It's like, oh, you got to go party and have drinks to have a good time. It's like, that's cool if that's your thing, but you got to be able to have a good time just having a good time, right? That's
a good point.
So
that's a great
I think
point.
That's going out. You going out like that, you're putting yourself out there. I think you can use social media. If you use it the right way, I think it can help. Just being out there and being vocal. And I don't mean like posting any and everything, but showing your presence there, showing some of your beliefs, showing stuff of the woman that you are. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general.
Right? I mean, because I do not use social media in that regard. I am too inconsistent.
Hey, your husband could be in just waiting.
That's the crazy. See,
I'm just saying.
It makes me feel old school. Because it's like, what you mean, though? Like, what you waiting to do? You just waiting to scroll and happen upon Jessica? Like,
didn't you?
I did. But I have.
Hey, the Holy Spirit. Hey, you don't box him in.
I ain't boxing him in. I'm not boxing him in. However, think about it. I mean, like.
It's only crazy till it happens, right?
I know. And then when it happened, I'm like, let me tell you what happened. It was so crazy. I know. And I do need to be more active. I want to. I don't know if that's pride. I don't know if that's how I see myself. This is what it is. Christopher.
What's that?
I have to change the definition of what I believe a lady is.
What do you believe a lady is? And what do you need to change it to?
So my definition of a lady is the way she carries herself, her mannerisms, her presence.
Okay.
The way she speaks, what she entertains and how long she entertains it.
Okay.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. Knowing the value that you carry. And when I think of social media, and I'm so sorry to be so ancient about this because I know I'm off, but I'm just going to say my truth. I think of social media and using it as a tool for my personal affections. It bothers me. It's like, is this what it's come to? Hey guys, I'm single. It's like, no, I will not. I will meet him organically at Whole Foods. He'll be somewhere and I'll be there and he'll say, Jessica. And I'll say,
but why isn't social media organically? Like that could be organically too.
How?
You found me organically.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, it was because I wasn't following you. I don't know how that happened actually.
Right.
No, really, I'm not sure.
But exactly, that's how it could happen, right? And you didn't like go out searching for that. Like it just okay. I'm gonna put this in your line of vision, and then it kind of happened, right?
That's true.
So I believe that's just another form of being organically, right? Think about how many people are in this world and how many people you can connect with over just the United States. Social media can be a great resource, right? Now I'm not saying does it have its bad apples? Yes, you gotta watch out for certain things. Yes, right? But like if you use it the right way, man, it could be a blessing, right?
Fine. I've been kind of convinced.
Convince you a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I've learned a lot speaking with you. This has been a joy.
Same.
And I just have such a great feeling of how amazing God is going to blow your mind with everything that's coming.
I receive that. I receive that 100%.
Feeling like because you have it. There isn't it. Everybody ain't got it. You got it. You have it. You have it. You know, and every so often you run across someone with it and you're like, yep, you got it. And you have it.
Yeah.
And I thank you for being obedient. I Thank you for agreeing to come here. Thank you for your walk. Thank you for any private struggles that you have that you say, nah, I'm going to go ahead and overcome this one. Thank you for that, because what shows is what is needed to guide a home that you're not even in.
Man,
so real. You have these mothers out here, these sons looking for father figures. Not necessarily men to be in the house, but somebody.
Yeah. Do
it right. So I don't look like a liar. I don't look like I'm dreaming. Look at the world we live in. Right. Somebody do it right. Anybody. And look, there's Christopher.
So this is something, like, this really hits home for me, like, really, because I have a lot of spiritual mentors, and one of them always says, man, I can't wait for somebody to go through the fire of culture and still come out on the other side, and not, like, go down with cheating or this or that or whatever, but to be able to be like, no, I'm trained. This is what we're doing. This is how we walking through it. That's so beautiful. Like, that's my focus, right? Because I love the entertainment industry. I love I love all these, but I also understand, like, that's darkness I'm going in, and I'm taking territory, right? And the devil's not gonna like that. But I'm trained, right? I'm trained and I'm covered, right? So like I say all the time, I stay strapped with my word, right? So, hey, let's go get it. Let's go get it. So I appreciate it. And I just wanted to say, like, I'm so appreciative of you just reaching out to me and you just allowing me to, share this platform with you. I do not take it lightly at all. So I'm just honored and humbled that you see those things in me.
Oh, man, you're awesome. Okay, last words. Any last words to ladies, to whatever, to whoever? Like, hey, put the snack down, sis, please. I'm telling you, you got it. So you just do a couple sit-ups every commercial. It's fine. Like, do some of them, what's the thing? Some dips. Yeah. Work that part in the back. All right, okay. Any last words?
Last words. Man, I just want to encourage y'all just to, find a group of believers that's going to hold you accountable. I think that's extremely important in the man that that I am today. Every day, just find a way to get better and win the day, right? Some days are going to be hard. Some days are going to be rough. But just find a way to keep pushing and win the day, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, because people are watching you. I don't care who you are, people are watching you. And how you live says a lot about who you are and whose you are, right? So just keep remembering that. And yeah, follow me. I got a lot of content, a lot of things coming out soon. So Christ is King ESQ, my YouTube, The King Experience. I got fitness stuff coming out. I go buy some art. Man, just connect with me, right? I'm here just being a vessel, and I'm going to try my best to, continue to do that.
That's wonderful. Hey, look. All right, so this has been an amazing conversation.
Facts.
With Mr. King. He truly has embodied his name and been a royal example of Black royalty. He comes from a royal family. And you all have done a remarkable job on this one. I'm sure your other sons or children are just as great. This brother got it. Y'all did it. Okay, God bless you. Hello, Hubby.